hello, good evening, good morning, good evening, and wherever you are in the globe, I hope you're having a great day, everyone. This is Myrma Alvarez from Baby Solutions, and it's our, again, continuing to our 90 days Think and Grow Rich challenge, and we are now on our day 50. And I want to tell you a secret why I'm starting very late. It's almost 11 now, almost 11 p.m. my time, Pacific time, because this is today's Sunday, and I woke up very very early, and then I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of things, catch up on things, and then it's my daughter's birthday, and I thought that I already did the Go Live challenge. I usually on Monday to Friday, usually do it like 7:30, 7:45 ish within that time frame. But for weekdays, weekends, I do it like 12 noon as much as I can. Um, but then I thought I already did it in the morning. So my apologies. Okay, so let's proceed. And we are starting week 8. It's a new week, starting a new week today. It's week 8, organized planning. And we are on our day 50, why plans matter. So we have reached another milestone, right? So pat yourself in the back. And I always forget to remove that. And we are talking about this Think and Grow Rich book. I have two books here by Napoleon Hill. And um, we have reached another milestone, 50 days now. Over the past 7 weeks, we've talked about desire, we talked about faith, persistence, specialized knowledge, and imagination. And those principles are essential, but today we will begin learning how to turn those ideas into action. And you've heard me talk about this a lot of times: action, action, action. And this week we're starting a new chapter called Organized Planning. Makulit awa. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a dream, but that never became a reality, not because it wasn't possible, but because you never made a plan? I know, I know I'm guilty on that too. There's a lot of things while we're living, we would always experience that, right? So Napoleon Hill, the author of that book I showed you, let me get it again. Napoleon, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill teaches that having a goal is important, but without a plan, it's easy to lose direction. Think about like building a house. For those people, the architects and the construction people, before the construction begins, there's a blueprint. A blueprint. I've seen that blueprint before way back in the Philippines, and I don't know how they do it, but those are the professional architects. And the same is true for our goals. The clear plan gives us direction, even if we need to adjust it along the way. So we have a plan, and while we are doing that, action, 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 and then we think of some improvement in the process, or should have done this, should have done that, and we adjust, right? So we are free. We are free to adjust those process along the way, which is better, and that is a better process, right? When we adjust. So as me, I am an accountant by profession, and as an accountant, I understand the importance of planning, of course, and of course, especially at work, we have our list. I have my task list from based on the priorities, based on due dates, so you will not forget anything. And then I have a checkbox in Excel checkbox. If it's done, then I do checkbox on that, and I make sure that I submit the required reports or documentations not on the deadline, but before that, at least a day before, 2 days before, like that. So to give allowance for questions, right? And so budgets, financial reports, and audits don't happen by accident. They require preparation and organization. I am not an auditor. I haven't done auditing, but I know the work that the auditors do and the preparation, of course. And I've also learned that during my accounting classes and my master's degree. I have a in master's of science in accounting, and I've learned that how to do auditing too, that it's really really tedious, right? And but I haven't done that work. When I started, my neck is hurting. When I started learning about digital business, I realized that success wouldn't come from simply hoping for a change. Of course, we're free to hope, right? But we needed a plan. It does The success wouldn't come from simply hoping for a change. We need a plan. That meant setting aside time to learn. That means setting aside time to learn, attending webinars, Zoom meetings, Gather and Grow, uh, the accountability partners meeting, or even chit chats, right? Practicing new skills, attending Millionaires Mastermind, taking small steps every day. And I didn't have everything figured out, but I had direction, and that made all the difference. You cannot like focus your attention on the goal itself. You have to focus your you have the goal, but then focus on your processes to before you reach the goal. And so today's challenge is simple. Choose one goal, just one goal you've been thinking about, and write down three small steps. Three. Write down three small steps you can take this week to move closer to it. And remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step, one step at a time. You can see the top of the stairs, but you cannot fly to the top of the stairs. You have to walk one step at a time. If you're slow in taking the step, as long as you are moving, as long as you're taking the step, one step at a time, it's okay. Rather than you want to fly to the top of the stairs, but cannot happen. Doesn't happen that way. Or you don't want to take a step because you think that it's so hard to go on to reach the top. So that doesn't that won't give you any results. So tomorrow we'll talk about why successful people are willing to change their plans, but never their purpose. So if today's message encouraged you, please like, follow, and share so more people can join us on this 90-day Think and Grow Rich challenge. I didn't say challenge. So if you're interested in personal growth, entrepreneurship, and learning digital business skills through our free educational webinars and workshops, feel free to send me a message, and I'd be happy to share more information about this online business. And remember, this thought often associated with Napoleon Hill. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. I love that quote from often associated with Napoleon Hill. And before I forget, before final goodbye, I want to remind you that we are offering a complimentary webinar. We also call it workshop. that you will get to know more insights about this online business that a lot of people have started. This is your own business, but you will be guided by your mentor, your coach, your mentor, and the entire community of, the our community is almost 300,000 business entrepreneurs now, and it started almost 10 years ago. We will be 10 years uh, next year. Next year will be 10 years. And it started with only 80 people, and now our automated system keeps on updating, upgrading, and improving. And the training there is step by step training. And so if you want to learn more information about this online business, you can watch the complimentary webinar. And the way to watch the way to access the complimentary webinar is, check this out, www.babysolutions.com, and register your name and your email address, and you will be given the access to the complimentary webinar. And this webinar or workshop is um, live every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific time, and that is my time. And this is a global business, so you can um, you can convert your time to the 5 p.m. Pacific time, so you can watch the live webinar. But if you have no time, you are unable to watch the live webinar, there's no problem, because that is always recorded, so you can always watch the recorded webinar whenever you are available. And so you can manage this business anywhere you are, because this is global, and our system runs 24/7, even if you are sleeping, even if you are traveling, even if whatever you're doing, you're cooking, or I'm working, right? But I can still manage my business on the side after my work, before my work, and after my work, right? So you have to know your priorities, and you have to know how to manage your time. But then I recommend that you watch the webinar, so you will know more insights about this business, and also some testimonials from a few of from maybe one or two, oh no, four of our of four of four among the almost 300,000 business entrepreneurs, their volunteers, to have to share their stories, share their challenges, success stories, how they reached their success. And so you will also learn their stories, right? Their success stories. And that's it for the webinar. And that's also how I started. That's really the very, very first step to start your own online business through us, is through watching that workshop. And that's what I did too. And I never regret anything that I did before I started this business, and then I started the business. Thank you for joining me today again, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 51, and we are past the halfway point. I am so happy, and still we are on our 90 days Think and Grow Rich challenge. Anthony Africans, I really don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry, but anyway, I thank you so much for your engagement. Thank you very much for your comment. Thank you very much for giving time to put in your comment, right? And God bless you. God bless us all. And tomorrow is Mondays, another busy, busy week for me. God bless everybody. Hope you have fun. And God bless. Bye.